Aloha, everyone from Hawaii. Welcome to this amazing episode of Awaken Your Divine Blueprint on this channel, Deep Intuitive Healing. I am Morayana Levy, your host and guide, here to bring an amazing episode today, talking about our next activation related to the liver and the heart and the connection, the spiritual connection between both of those amazing organs that work so harmoniously for us in our body. Hello, Daya. Hello, Ariel. Whoever's in the house, welcome. Whoever's here live, welcome. I'm excited, extremely excited to be here today. So before we go into it, I want to talk about my offerings and what I have going on right now. So I'm offering energy scans for energy blocks in the body out of 42 points in the body, and also checking if you have any entity attachments or any energy attached to your chakra system. If you want to know more about what that actually means, I will do an episode that's related just to entity attachments. Maybe in our next episode, we'll see. But if you're curious about your energy blocks and if you have any attachments, you're welcome to go to Deep Intuitive Healing and sign up for an energy scan and see what's going on in your energy body. And once you get the results, I will put you on a plan, on an energetic plan of light language activations that are tailored to remove these blockages from each point in a holistic way, in a balanced way. And it actually brings your divinity back to you, your energy back to you, your sovereignty back to you. So you can check that out on deepintuitivehealing.com. You're also welcome to book a theta healing session with me, a one-on-one theta healing session that works on clearing limiting beliefs, dissolving unwanted patterns, and releasing trauma stored within your physical and energetic body. In my experience, theta healing is one of the most profound, powerful methods that I have used to bring change and shifts to a higher octave of love in my body. And so, I welcome you to, if you feel like you want to work on patterns and if there's something that you feel blocked in your life, if there's something that's reoccurring with the pattern, you're welcome to book a session with me. And also offering channel tattoos and light scribe wall art on metal and paper prints and Light Scribe apparel. And you can find that on lightscribeshop.com. Coupon code for all those goodies is I am divine, all lowercase, and 10. So I am divine 10, all lowercase. You're welcome to go and check it out. And and if you have any questions, of course, email us to contact@deepintuitivehealing.com. All right, everybody. So how is everybody doing since our last activation? Those of you who participated, we did a very deep womb healing, which was extremely powerful. If you haven't done the womb healing or the womb clearing, you're welcome to go to Deep Intuitive Healing and sign up for that last activation. What's really interesting is that all of my experiences in the past, since that activation and a little bit prior to the activation, was surrounding rebirthing and the womb and healing of the womb. And I was just participating in a personal retreat that was all related to orgasmic rebirthing and womb. I'm like, wow, I'm just like right on point. It's funny how that all works out and operates, how we're really through the womb, and the cosmic womb is where we start anew. And so if you're curious about that, you're welcome to go and check that out on my platform on Deep Intuitive Healing. You can do the activation and join whenever. You can just do it whenever you feel called. It doesn't really have to, it doesn't matter if it was connected to the new moon or to the full moon. You will still get the powerful transmission. Now, hi, Rinsky. Hi, Melody Love. I see people are logging on. Yay. Nice to have you here. Okay, so today so we're evolving from the womb into one of the most profound organs, which is the liver, and also the heart, and the relationship between the heart and the liver. Now, I want to just put a disclaimer here that I am not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. I am a channel, a healer, an intuitive healer, and all the information that is given to me comes to me from a higher octave of love. I use automatic writing to bring the information through. And, when the information comes through, I even have to digest it and understand it. I'm just a student, just like you. You're here learning from me, and I'm learning from this higher octave. And so I'm just bringing these ideas, this holistic idea, this energetic, spiritual idea into reality. And I'm following instructions of the divine, what we need to do for our next evolution on our spiritual path, on our spiritual healing. So I just wanted to put that out there. And yeah, let's dissect it together, right? Because if anybody here is in the medical industry, would even be more awesome. So you can maybe kind of like interact with me and kind of let me know what you know, if this resonates with you. I'm very curious. So I'm going to bring some maybe old ideas or new ideas. This is just what comes through, and we're going to go over it together. All right, so let's start with the liver and the heart connection and the holistic alignment. We're talking about the energy alignment. We're also going to be talking about some physical facts that I brought through, but mostly about the energetic connection between these two powerful organs in our body. Okay, so the liver's functionality is energetically directly linked and connected to the heart chakra. When the heart is aligned, meaning when the heart is in balance with our masculine and feminine polarity, when I say alignment in the heart, it means that our masculine charge, which is the plus and the minus, the positive and negative electrical forces in our heart chakra, when they are balanced and merged, the liver produces bile in harmony, healing both the heart and the body. When it's not harmonized, when the masculine and feminine positive minus charge is not balanced, bile production becomes distorted, causing liver imbalance and suffering. Okay. It's kind of interesting because I wouldn't normally think that the liver, I mean, I know that the whole body is connected and every organ works harmoniously with each other. But I never made the connection before this transmission about the bile production that is connected to the harmony in our heart, our emotional harmony. Because if you think about it, our masculine and feminine electrical charge in the heart is an emotional organ. All of our emotions come from our heart. And so when our emotions are aligned, when our electrical force, when the union in the heart of the masculine and feminine polarity is balanced, it actually directly affects, in this spiritual theory, the bile production. And bile is produced when you put fats and oils in your body. Your body needs to produce more bile to actually digest the fats and process it in your body. Okay. The heart serves as the center of balance in your heart chakra, while the liver function as the engine that drives the body. It's almost like the operation, like the engine of the car. Like our body is the car and the liver is the engine, though the heart is the center of balance, of the emotional balance, working holistically to harmonize all of the organs, supporting holistic organ function. I'm getting chills. Interesting. My body's like, "Brrr." So our heart, so what we're learning from here is it's really important to maintain our heart center as a balanced emotional state, really working really well to remove everything from the heart that's not serving us. If it's fear, resentment, anger, and all of those emotions, if we're not processing them and balancing them in our heart, it directly links to the liver. And if the liver is not functioning, the car doesn't function properly, right? We need a clean liver in order for this engine of our body to work in a really powerful way. Okay. So these AI images are quite funny. So I just wanted to emphasize of what a toxic liver would feel like or look like. Okay. The liver plays a crucial role in detoxifying the body and producing bile, which is essential for digesting fats and eliminating waste. When the liver is functioning in a low vibratory level, meaning you're operating from resentment, anger, fear, rejection, all of these emotions, when I say low vibratory level, that's what I mean, then the body is unable to increase bile and heal the body from toxins. It has a hard time generating this bile, okay, to actually digest all these fats and toxins in the body. So it slows down the liver and the liver can't operate properly. If the liver is under functioning, whether due to physical issues like fatty liver disease, emotional or chronic stress, or toxin overload, which I experienced, my personal experience with Bali, that's why I left, is because my liver was operating, I was starting to absorb, and I'm a sponge, a little bit more sensitive than other people. I started really having a relationship with the water that was causing lots of problems in my body. And this is shower water. This is water that you wash things inside the faucet. And I would use filters, but I would still absorb that. And plus, there's environmental toxins that was starting after 2 years. It was starting to really weigh heavily on my body. It can struggle. So just going back, emotional chronic stress or toxin overload, it can struggle to produce enough bile. This can lead to poor digestion, toxin buildup, and a sluggish metabolism, making it harder for the body to detox and heal. So the most important thing that we want to take in from this is that we really have to be mindful of what we put in our body, where we decide to place the body in a geographical location, what kind of filters, what kind of oxygen are we breathing, what kind of air are we breathing, what are you putting your hands in every day, what are you washing dishes with every day, everything. What are you putting on our hair, like what kind of products? I have long hair and I always have to figure out how to make my curls look good, what makeup you're using on your face. And especially, it comes also down to how much fat are you consuming. And there's a lot of talk about, like these fat diets like keto. And I'm not going to talk about that because I'm not a medical doctor. And I know keto has helped a lot of people. But what if the liver actually is not made for that much fat? If you think about it, in nature, if we were let's say I'm in Hawaii, and there's kind of like an abundant thing going on here where trees have fruit everywhere just naturally. That is what we're supposed to be more consuming of: fruits and vegetables and things that are easily accessible in nature. So avocado is a good fat, and that has abundance on a tree. So yeah, you're supposed to have avocado fat. But animal fat, you have to actually make that. Oils from olives, or even as much as healthy as it is, you still have to produce that. So staying more into the things that are easy to access in nature would be what you need to eat more of for the body. That's what nature gave us. And I always say eat local fruits and vegetables because that's what your environment wants you to eat. In big cities, it's a little bit harder because people are more disconnected from nature. Like, you go to the supermarket and what you have in the supermarket is what you have. You're not really connected to the land. So always, if you are living in a city, what I recommend is always to look for local fruits and vegetables, see what grows in your area that is naturally produced in the seasons that are happening in your region. All right, so I put a little kind of chart here so we can talk about the different liver stages when you have an unhealthy liver. So high toxin levels hinder bile production, causing inflammation and blocking the body's natural healing energy. The natural healing energy is divine creation. Okay. It is the prana. It is the mana. It is the chi that is their birthright given to us from a higher octave of love of the divine. This is not something that you need to attain or achieve. It actually is your birthright. But if your liver is working overtime to always digest fat and always needs to produce bile production in order to process food, and it's always working to produce this like bile so it can like burn all this fat and everything that we put in the body, then your body is going to have a hard time connecting to its innate divine technology, the prana, the chi. And I'm right now, as I'm saying it, I'm flooded with goosebumps. Like the divine is like, it's going to have a hard time to connect to those higher octaves vibrations because your sacral chakra, which is down here, your solar plexus, because your liver is right at that solar plexus, it's working overtime to produce this energy. This engine is working all the time. Okay. Excessive toxins can impair the liver's ability to produce and secrete bile effectively. Bile is produced by the liver to help digest fats and carry waste products and toxins out of the body via the digestive tract. If toxins and fat accumulate, they can hinder bile flow, leading to issues like bile stasis, gallbladder problems, and liver disease. And you can look at the different liver diseases here. On this chart, the healthy liver and the fatty liver kind of look the same. But anyway, it's one of the more clear charts that I found. So just imagine that the healthy liver and the fatty liver look a little bit different. But basically, you have a healthy liver and then you have a fatty liver. And the fatty liver, it's like overproduction of bile. It's the beginning of problems in your liver. Your body starts to work slower. You're digesting slower. It's like you're feeling a shift in the body that's not like it used to be. And that's not how it's supposed to be. We are supposed to be powerful, energetic beings. People used to live until like 200 years old. 300 years old. That is actually recorded throughout time. That's known to humanity. We're actually supposed to be living really long lives. And because of all of this availability with food, like you go to the supermarket today, it blows my mind. You have this huge warehouse of so much stuff. Oh my goodness. All this food and packaging, all this food that you need to like, that is instant, like things that are like, you can just put it in the microwave and then you get it after 2 minutes, you have a meal. Like such a disconnection between nature, what nature gives you and the way that it gives you it organically to what you have the end result. And I'm not saying now, like don't pleasure yourself with food, but how much are you pleasuring yourself with food? How much are you balancing your intake with what's good for you and what isn't good for you? Like take inventory of what you do with that intake, with how much fat goes in the body, what kind of fat goes in the body, what kind of oils are you using? Are you using pressed cold oils from olives? Are you heating it up? Are you not heating up? Are you using seed oil? I will offer a cleanse course soon, and all of this information is going to be in there. Right now, we're just talking about the liver and the bile. I will have more information for you in a course that will go into detail and also channel transmissions from the divine on what we should do and should not do when it comes to food and ingredients and things that we put in our body. Okay. So you can look at the chart. So we have a healthy liver, fatty liver, fibrosis liver, and I don't know if I'm saying this right, cirrhosis liver. God forbid. I don't know that the word cirrhosis liver, but that's the crisis liver. We do not want to get to the crisis liver. We want a healthy, powerful engine. We all want a healthy liver. Okay. So energies and habits that affect the liver health. Where can we bring holistic balance to our liver? Okay. Emotional factors is that if we're actually suppressing anger, resentment, guilt, and shame, it can create energetic blockages in the liver. Stress and anxiety, increased toxin production, overburdening the liver function. Fear of letting go. A lot of people, I know I struggled with this in the past. I had such a hard time letting go of past people that I loved, people that I cherished in my heart. It took me so long to let go. And this is a practice as we get enlightened. And when I say enlightened, it's not like I'm better than anybody else. I look at the word enlightened as I'm lighter. I'm literally lighter. I get enlightened because all of the heavy density of anger, resentment, guilt, shame, anxiety, and holding on to people, things, and places, and not letting go from a place of love can really burden our shoulders. We carry that with us, and it becomes a really heavy load on our body that we do not need. So learning to let go is a practice. It's not something, maybe some people it's more easier, but it is something that we innately practice in letting go. And I think that the main thing that I've learned is bringing that love back to self. Love thyself. When you love thyself, when you bring that love, when you take all of that love that you put into someone else, if you're having a hard time letting go of someone, if you are right now in a breakup, if you are going through a divorce, if you are going through, if somebody you love passed on and there's this, attachment, I understand. I really, really, really feel your heart. And I understand because this is the one thing that I struggled with. And the more that you take all of that love that you poured into someone else and redirect that energy back into your body and your heart and your wishes and desires. And that looks like boundaries, that looks like self-care, that looks like rest, that looks like self-love. Can look like so many different things. It doesn't mean you have to like, oh my God, I'm the hottest babe alive, which I'm not saying that you can't do that. You're the hottest babe alive, but it's deeper than that. It's deeper than you're the hottest babe or man alive. It is more about what you put inside your vortex. How much love are you bringing into your vortex? How many toxic people are in your vortex? If there's something that's making you feel unbalanced and takes away your peace, you kindly disconnect it. And even if you love, even if it's a family member, if it's a brother, sister, if it's a loved one, if it's a partner, if it's a spouse, that doesn't mean you have to stop loving them. It means that you need to take care of yourself and honor a boundary and love them from afar until they go through their own transformation. And if they are deceased, there needs to be a peace holding, like a letting go ceremony in order, and like an energetic disconnection, not from a place of like, I don't love you anymore. Some people don't want to let go because they want to remember that person forever, right? They want to remote, if it's like a mother or father or someone deceased and that's like so important to you. Some people have a fear of letting go because they will forget that person. But letting go doesn't mean you forget. Letting go is just honoring your space of holistic balance within yourself while still being loving toward that person and not being emotionally attached in a way that is unhealthy for your body, for your liver, for your heart. Because in the end of the day, if we are carrying these things inside of our heart and in our liver, that is what causes problems in our peaceful state of being and the peace of our heart and the engine of our body, which is the liver. That is the source of the engine. So just a little bit about that, right? About letting go and holding to past traumas, how we can let go. And also exposure to negative environments and draining impacts of the liver, energetic balance, which we just talked about. Harmful habits, okay? I am also have a past with harmful habits. I think we all do. We're human. Some people have harmful habits, and that's okay. The good thing about harmful habits is that we can reverse them and choose a different habit. And if you do something, there's like, people say that if you do something for 30 days, then you already incorporate a new habit, and you just do that through awareness. Maybe you can put like an alarm clock reminding you to do this new habit every day. But let's start with poor diet. We just talked about that. Diet really is the fuel of your body. Are you adding excess sugar, processed food, fried food, fatty foods, alcohol? Alcohol is poison for your liver. Oh my God, if you're still drinking alcohol, stop it. There's other ways to achieve happiness and bliss and having a good time, and it's not alcohol. If it's wine, fine. There's different. I don't even drink wine. My Kundalini energy does not like wine. Like this whole spiritual technology that's working in my body is never connected to alcohol. It just doesn't work in my system. If you still enjoy a glass of wine, I'm not telling you not to do it. Quantity and quality is what's the most important. If you're drinking vodkas and whiskeys and stuff like that, you are literally poisoning your body and your liver, and stop it immediately. Okay. Well, I'm not going to be a mom here. Like, I'm not going to be like, don't do that. But really, your liver is what absorbs all of that. And you're hurting your engine. You're hurting your body. And your body is probably begging you to stop. And one more thing about alcohol, you know how they call alcohol spirits? When you drink alcohol, it dims your aura and it creates holes, like literal holes in your aura, where entities, which are energetic, lower vibratory energies that we cannot see with our physical eyes, some people can, not everybody can, that most people can't see with their physical eyes, but they're very much real, and they can enter your body when you start drinking or doing all kinds of harmful, like things that are opening up your aura and opening up your energetic field. Alcohol is one of the most famous, the most common ways where entities really enjoy coming into human body and playing with that energy, because some of these energies actually used to have like alcohol in a past life, and they look for people that drink so they can enjoy that pleasure with that human body that is addicted to alcohol or drinks alcohol. So just be aware of those things. And I know that I'm talking about woo-woo things, but in my world, this is very, very real. Okay, overeating and dehydration strain the liver's ability to detoxify. If you're overeating and consuming, maybe you're going through a tough time. I am going to say that I have dealt with overeating in my past, as when I was going through heartbreaks. I don't do the other things. It seemed like the less harmful. And actually, no, it's harmful just as much as other things. If we are over consuming, our body becomes sluggish. And it took me really an understanding to understand that overeating is just as bad as alcohol. It's just as bad as toxins, because we are doing something to what's the word? To override or to numb our feelings, right? We don't want to feel a certain way. We don't want to confront a certain way. So we develop a habit not to feel those emotions. And you see the connection, like drinking alcohol, overeating, smoking cigarettes. All of these habits are there, right, to take us away from the stresses of the body, of our life. We have stresses, we have emotions maybe that are not dealt with. We always look to do something so we won't have to feel it, to not, because we don't want to feel bad. We want to feel good. Everybody wants to feel good, but actually going through the portals of pain, feeling your emotions and dealing with your emotions while not touching those harmful habits is the actual way to release it. I don't know why it's like that. Don't ask me why, but that is the way it is created. We feel our stuff, we go into the darkness, we allow ourselves to feel it, and then it doesn't hurt that much. And then it's like it gets better and better with time. Sometimes it takes a longer time. If you've been in a marriage for 20 years and you're just going through a divorce, it might take a moment to get back on your feet. But that is the way. You suppress it, you smoke it out, you drink it out. You're going to keep that in your body, in your liver, and in your heart, because you're not dealing with your emotions and you're keeping it in your heart. And then your liver can't really digest all of this stuff. And then it starts to be like storage for your fear and anger and all these things, resentment to that person. Oh my God, I can't believe they did this and this and this. Your liver becomes a storage. And then what happens to the liver? It can't really function. So it really starts to be this like connection between the heart and the liver and our emotions and then our habits, because our habits are trying to numb everything that we're feeling that we're not actually dealing with. Okay. Okay. So toxins, I'm talking about this and I'm already feeling all of we have a way to go as a human collective. We have a way to go. Toxins, environmental pollutants, medications. If you're on medications, oh my God, like the liver needs to process every time you put a pill in your mouth to feel better. Your liver needs to do the work to actually digest that and work through those pills. So if you're on medications, imagine how hard your liver is working. Smoking and drug use overload with the liver. So, and lifestyle and poor sleep hinder detox process and overall liver health. How much sleep are you getting? Are you moving enough? Are you moving your body? Yoga is a great way to bring balance into the body. Like even if you're not really, if you're on a wheelchair, I know a lot of people on a wheelchair that, they work all the rest of their bodies. There's people that have injuries that can't really move. But if you can move even a finger or your head, that's enough movement that you need. You just need to move what you can move and bless that part of you that can move and move. Doesn't matter how. If it's walking, if you can walk and you're not on a wheelchair, walk the day, do yoga, maybe swim, maybe go dance, like find a way that you enjoy. And it doesn't have to be like, you don't have to be hard on yourself. If you like going for a walk, go for it. If you don't like walking, go swim. If you don't like swimming, maybe put some music on and maybe you like jazz, maybe you like R&B, maybe you like psychedelic trance. I don't know. Put something that's fun for you and just get the movement going, because that will bring healing. You're moving the energy and you're not keeping your heart in stagnancy with those emotions. You're moving it out. You're shaking it out. It needs to go somewhere. Okay. So the body's life force energy is unable to expand its awareness. When I say awareness, what I believe that the divine is referring to is life force. It's the chi, it's the prana, it's the mana. There's so many names for this, which is life force energy. So when the body's life force energy is unable to expand its awareness to the heart, when the digestive system remains active and engaged. So basically, when your liver is working overtime, right? Because it's digesting all the food that you put in your body. Maybe you put a lot of fat, maybe you're doing a keto diet, whatever it is that you're deciding to do, your liver needs to process that. And it takes away from the awareness in the heart. Okay. When the digestive system is at rest, the body can shift its focus toward the heart, opening a gateways to higher realms of love. So fasting, right? We're talking about fasting. When you stop eating, or when you're doing intermittent fasting, or when you're putting no fat in your diet, when there's no fats and no salt, your liver takes a little bit of rest, and then the energy can move towards the heart and opening to higher realms of love. When the body is love, the organs are love. When the organs are love, the body's life force energy can elevate its awareness, connecting to the interdimensional and multidimensional essence of your soul. The multidimensional essence and interdimensional essence, which means your spiritual Merkaba, your abilities, your spiritual birth identity. Well, I don't say identity, your spiritual birth awareness, your spiritual gifts, they are in your heart, in this vortex in your heart. Jaya was just saying our heart is a muscular vortex. It truly is. It looks like one. Like the energy moves in a certain way in the heart and able to function. Okay. When the life force energy is moving and flow in your heart and it's generating this light in your heart, you are tapping into your interdimensional and multidimensional essence of your soul, which is your birthright. This allows your body to awaken awareness in the heart, accelerate inner union with your divine nature, and support healing through higher octave of love. Okay. So what we're doing here, what we want to understand basically is less is more. The less you do, the less your liver is processing food, the less your liver needs to work, the less your bile needs to create bile production. Your heart becomes a Merkaba, the connection, this interdimensional, multidimensional aspect of your being, and connect to a higher octave of love. And also will harmonize your inner union of your masculine and feminine polarity within your heart. Now, we're just focusing on our inner self right now. We're not talking about the union of being in a divine relationship with another person right now, but so within, so without. So when we are working on our inner union, when we are in a holistic vibration within our being, and our heart is operating in this synchronistic balanced state, we become a magnet to that resonance, to that vibration, and we start magnetizing the same energies into our vortex. So what we really want to put our focus and understanding and awareness, that every time we decide to put something in our mouth, every time we decide to eat food, what are we putting in our body? How much of it are we putting in our body? And how often are we putting in our body? How much space are you leaving in between for your body to actually rest, digest, rejuvenate? Right? Our body is like if you had a car and you kept putting over gassing, like if you had a gas tank and you put too much fuel in the gas, your car wouldn't be able to hold it. It will just blurt it out. Think about that as bile. think about that as what your liver needs to actually to do to like process all that food. If you're over consuming, your liver is not going to be able to keep up. It's going to start, and your whole body is going to be in imbalance. So this is where we really start to bring the mindfulness into what we consume, how much we consume, what is it that we're consuming, and not only food. This is environmental stuff. This is water. This is all the things that we put our body. We decide the people that we connect with, the connections that we have in our life, the partnerships that we have in our life, friendships that we have in our life, the family in our life. Like, how much goodness are you getting, and how much non-goodness are you getting? How much grief are you getting? How much problems are you experiencing with other people? If you're experiencing problems with other people, make sure that those people aren't in your vortex so you can be in more peace. Yeah. So it's not just this isn't only a food fast. This is also environmental fast. It's a fast. It's a conscious awareness program that you're going to be programming yourself into what goes into my hard drive, what goes into my engine, and what doesn't. And as we grow in the spiritual evolution, we really start mastering. You'll start, when you increase your sensitivity, when your heart is balanced, when you put the slightest thing in your body that doesn't feel good, you're going to know. If you ate something and it wasn't right for you, your body's going to feel it. And then you know this is actually not good for you. Okay. The best time to do tests like that is after a fast. After, let's say you took something out of your diet. Maybe you're eating, I don't know, maybe you're having milk in your coffee every day. Maybe you're having dairy, and something is not really right with your body. You're having aches and pains in your body. So take that dairy. Maybe it's only in your morning coffee. Maybe you have it, I don't know, maybe you have dairy with a very specific meal. I don't know what it is that you're doing, but let's just say you take that out for 30 days. Do an experiment. After 30 days, reconsume it. See how your body responds to it. Then you know if your body is saying yay or nay, if it's good for you or if it's not good for you. You'll know by the way your body feels. You can do these little tests. And that's just one example. It can be anything. It can actually even be like the most thing that you think that's healthy for you. You might be eating nuts every day without knowing that you're actually allergic to it. So if something is not functioning in your body, pay attention to what you consume a lot of and start fasting that specific ingredient to see how your body responds to it. Linda is saying, I'm talking about elimination diet. Correct. We want to check, we want to eliminate. Let's give it a title, elimination diet, to check what is good for you, what's not good for you. And sometimes things that were not good for you after an elimination period and your body was able to heal itself during that time, you reconsume it and it's fine. But then you have to know quantity, right? So it's just rechecking with your body and having this beautiful holistic relationship with your body and what it actually needs. Okay. To achieve this, one must increase awareness of the heart and bless it by allowing the body to produce bile in small quantities. We bless our body with small quantities of bile. Less bile, our heart is producing more love consciousness, more love energy, more divine flow. When the body produces bile in small amounts, it can redirect its energy straight to the heart, bringing blessings of divine nature to the organs and opening access to higher realms of love. Isn't that great? It's pretty simple. Maybe not that easy. If we're used to eating a lot, we're used to consuming a lot, we're used to doing a lot, then maybe it's not very easy. But practicing mindfulness, and then if you're feeling better, if your body is feeling better, then you wouldn't want to go back to the way it was before, right? Because you already know what feeling good feels like. And people like to feel good. So if you fasted, let's say you did a water fast for one day, and it wasn't that hard. Maybe you had broth, you had tea, you had some water, really good water, and you had that while fasting. And then the next day, hey, I can go for another day. It maybe doesn't feel that good, but you feel lighter, and maybe some of your pains are starting to go away. So you continue until you feel like you've reached your max, and then see how your body feels when you eat that first piece of fruit, or you have, I don't know, something that you are eating that's healthy. You're going to want to continue to feel better. and it's a practice. And we want to start, if you've never fasted before, and I'm not saying that the next activation is about fasting. Actually, this next activation is just about elimination of certain things. And we're going to talk about it in just a minute. And even if you're not going to participate in the activation, use this information as an experiment in your own home to know what's good for you, what feels good for you. And maybe, play with fasting, play with water fasting one day. Maybe then next week, do it for 2 days. Maybe intermittent fasting, intermittent fasting where you eat for 6 hours or 8 hours, and then the rest you're just drinking water, broths, teas. And honestly, if you drink liquid fills you up. I drank 2 coconuts yesterday. I was so full. I was so hungry before I drank the coconuts, and I drank the coconuts. I'm like, oh, this is so good. They didn't give me a straw. That's why I'm doing this. So the coconut is so good. And my stomach was so big and puffy. Like I had no place for food. So liquids will actually fill you up, and you won't be hungry afterwards. So if you are going to experiment with water fasting or maybe intermittent fasting, just remember that every time you're hungry, you just drink. Fill your body with liquid. Okay. So to support this process, the body must be given rest from continuous bile production. Bile production increases when the body is digesting food, but this process focuses energy on the liver and digestion rather than healing the heart. When digestion is active, the body produces more bile, limiting its ability to channel love and awareness from higher octaves. So just wanted to finish reading that. But again, the less we do, the less we eat, the more we drink liquid, water, teas, broths that are organic and healthy, then our heart can start regenerating life force prana, life force energy, life force chi, life force chi, and help our body become these spiritual avatars that we are here to be. This is our birthright. Jaya is saying fresh coconut is excellent, loaded with electrolytes and growth hormones for building new healthy cells. And it makes your skin super soft, it hydrates your skin, and it tastes amazing. If you don't have access to coconut, I'm sure like every place has access to coconut water. These days, I think you can get it in any store. And if not, come on to Hawaii. There's plenty of coconuts here. If you want a coconut, there's coconut people here in every corner. Okay. Life force tea. Did I say that? I meant life force chi. But maybe there's a life force. Linda is saying life force tea. Maybe there's a life force tea. I'm sure there's different. You know what really is a life force tea? Moringa tea. Moringa is a superfood that it's a herb. It's a plant that has all of the minerals, and not all. I would say I need to see I don't know exactly the proportions, but I think it's like the majority, let's say 90% of the minerals that your actually body needs. So that is the moringa plant, and you can make tea from moringa, and then becomes a life force tea because minerals is what our body actually needs. So is coconut water. Coconut water also has loads and loads of mineral intake. So those are the things that our body does want to consume. Okay. All right, let's keep going. So let's talk about the activation coming up this full moon. Thanks, Daya. I just wrote how to write moringa. So if you want to go look for moringa supplements, please look for organic, read reviews, read where it comes from. Just make sure that it's a good source of moringa. And you can also just buy moringa and plant it in a garden. It grows really easily, and you can just grow it yourself and dry it out, make tea, or make it tea from actual like live leaves that are still fresh, and make it yourself, grow it yourself. Super easy, super, super easy. All right. So in our upcoming activation, which is coming up in 2 days, February 12th, it's in the full moon, we will expand our life force energy, our awareness to the heart chakra, and align bile production to support the liver's optimal functionality. I'm just going to do what the divine tells me to do. This is very interesting to me as well, by the way, guys. Like, I'm excited about this activation, about this liver bile production, because it's actually what I've been dealing with when I was living in Bali. I had a lot of issues with my liver because of the toxin pollution that I was experiencing there. So I'm actually very, very, very excited myself to do this activation and to see what spirit is bringing forth for us to transmute and how it's going to do it. Like I'm curious myself. We will focus on healing liver damage caused by inflammation in the organs and the tissues, releasing any patterns that no longer serve the body's highest good. The liver will harmonize with the heart, clearing away any energetic debris that is not aligned with the frequency of love. As we increase body awareness, we will infuse the liver with love, promoting stability and unity with the organs as one cohesive entity of divine love. This process will guide the body toward holistic balance, integrating bile production with the heart's loving energy. The body will heal digestion by clearing parasitic energies that hinder the flow of love and the processing of emotions that no longer resonate with the heart's highest vibration. Okay. And when I say, what did I say here? Parasitic energies, these are the parasitic energies that are feeding off of fear, off of resentment, off of rejection, off of anger, off of all of these emotions that are stored in the liver. There's, I think, in a lot of practices, liver is linked to fear and anger, that we hold that in the liver. But it's a lot more than that. It is a lot like resentment and all these rejection. We do hold all of it in our body because the heart is not processing it. And so the liver, the engine, becomes kind of the responsibility of the engine of the body to start to digest that and work through those emotions connected to our vices. Kind of funny how that works, you know? Okay, so to prepare for this activation, hopefully you'll join. If you don't join and if you can't join, I really understand, but I would love to have you with us. If you decide to come on this journey of holistic balance between the heart and the liver, and it's a journey, and start anew and give yourself this time to bring a newness to this understanding and a newness to the frequency of our body. The way that we're going to do this is to prepare the liver for the activation. No, drink more water, avoid fats, oils, and salt. No fat, oil, and salt. You can use grapeseed oil if you're making some salad and you want a little bit of oil. You can use grapeseed oil in a small quantity. If you are not on our Telegram group, we have a Telegram group for deep intuitive healing. I handed out a whole protocol that you can follow for this fast. I would call it elimination fast before this activation. If you're just signing up right now and you want to do this activation, then you can also do this fast. You can start today or tomorrow. If you are just signing up last minute, if you're seeing this video and it's right on the day of the activation, just start after. Do the activation and then do the elimination diet after. It's still okay because your body is going to be getting rid of all of these energies and you're going to be holistically assisting it by releasing fats, oils, and salts. And you can do that as long as it feels right. You really can't go wrong because your body is using less bile. And remember, less bile is creating more love and more divine energy, this prana chi in your heart. So you really go as long as you want. Make sure that you're getting supplements like moringa. Getting supplements, if you're doing this for more long term, you do want to make sure that you're getting eating an avocado, getting your omegas, getting your mineral intake, and also taking your probiotics, or making your probiotics and eating them in kimchi way, whatever way that you want to consume probiotics. But you want to make sure that you're getting what your body needs during that time for longer periods of time. Eat local organic fruits and vegetables, as I mentioned before, and make sure you have a good source of water. Okay, Telegram group is here on the link. Ariel just put it there. If you want to be part of this community, part of the Deep Intuitive Healing community, you have a family here that loves and supports each other, and you have a place to talk about what your experiences are on your healing journey in a very loving way, in a very safe space. Yeah, so let's keep going. What to bring to this activation is a list of people you have wronged or have wronged you. If you feel like you've done wrong somebody, write that person. If you feel like somebody has wronged you, write that person on a piece of paper. And until then, you can clear people, write down people that you don't need in your life anymore, that you maybe have debated, maybe felt wrong up until now. Maybe you were too scared to let them go. Past lovers and relationships that are no longer serving your highest good. Write it on paper and start making peace with the fact that they're no longer serving your highest alignment in your life. Okay. Releasing old photos from your phone, from your space, anything that doesn't make you feel good, let it go. Text messages, if you have messages from past lovers, people, your divorcee, whatever it is that you're hanging on that you don't need anymore, release those text messages. Objects that you have an emotional connection to that doesn't make you feel good. Maybe a old ex's t-shirt that you're just like smelling it every once in a while. I don't know what it is. Maybe old shoes of somebody that passed away. Let it go peacefully with love. Say that you're just making space. It's not from a place of, I don't love this person anymore. It's just to honor where you are in your life now. Honor where your heart is now. Honor that you're not together anymore. Give that energy a loving farewell. So new energy can come into your life and have this like beautiful connection to something new that is in more resonance of who you are today. Okay. Food, write down the foods that you feel like you don't want to connect with, like you don't want those foods anymore. If you feel like you know this food is bad for you, but you eat it anyway, maybe it's a certain chocolate that you eat from your childhood that has all this toxic stuff and I don't know, fructose corn syrup and all this stuff, but you love it so much, but then you know that it's bad for you. Maybe write it down, maybe have that chocolate one more time, knowing that you're not going back to that chocolate because it's bad for you. But whatever it is that you have that you enjoy, that little vice, maybe it's time to make a little ritual to let it go because you're not there anymore, because you're going up, 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 up to stages of love that will bring you new blessings and new pleasures. Okay. So habits can be anything from the way you eat to drinking, to vices, to smoking, to maybe, I don't know, depending on sexual pleasure in ways that is not holistic and not bringing you blessings into your life. Any habit that you're not feeling aligned with, that you know that you're doing, that's not bringing balance into your life, write it down. No judgment. I'm not going to even see what you wrote, but don't even judge yourself. We all have something. We all have vices. Write it down. Write it down. Write it down and bring it with you, because we're going to be working through these energies and clearing it and purifying our liver, purifying our heart, so we can continue to elevate and enlighten our body with anything that is not serving us anymore. So to sign up to the activation, go to deepintuitivehealing.com. This is the website. If you scroll down to the front page, you'll see the upcoming activations, easy access. You can reserve your spot right there. And we are meeting on Wednesday, February 12th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you bring all the things that we talked about. Start removing fat, oil, and salt from your diet. Drink lots of water. Breathe, do yoga, go for a walk, spend time in nature, and make a decision that your body's engine, your liver, is your first priority. Your heart is first priority. We're pouring all the self-love into our body and deciding to start anew. Okay. What I think I'm going to create after that, let me just put me here. Can you hear me? It said that my audio, can everybody hear me? Just give me a 5x5 in the chat. How do I remove? Add to stage, remove. Here we go. Okay, here I am. You can hear me? Just tell me that if you can hear me in the chat to make sure that you hear me. Okay, 5x5. Great. So what I want to create after this, and this will be optional, but I did think about this the other day. So Spirit actually was wanting me to do a 5-day dry fast. And I have done a dry fast for 7 days before, like 10 years ago, before my even spiritual awakening. It was hard. I did 7 days and it was very difficult, though I felt amazing afterwards. Now, it was actually asking me to do that as opposed to the fat and oil. I asked for another alternative, and that's the second alternative that I received. What I think I want to do, and you'll know about this soon if this is something that I'm going to create, I want to create a closed container for people that do want to go either on a water fast or on a dry fast. We might start with the water fast and then dry fast is optional. And I will create a 3 to 5 day transmission to regenerate ourselves and do reverse aging. Because during that time when your body is not producing bile and not working really hard to digest food, your cells are regenerating. What would be the perfect time to do an anti-aging, age reversing age reversing spiritual transmission for 3-4 days while we are going on that fast? So that's what I'm getting chills. Okay. So I will be offering that. That's something that I thought about in the past few days, and I couldn't do this past week I was in a retreat. I'm like, Spirit, I can't do right now. I'm not going to go to a retreat and not drink water. Like, I'm going to die. Literally, I'm going to die. So we have to find the right timing. We have to find the right dates to do this. I do want people to do no fat, no oil first for at least 14 days. 14 days, I think, is a good length of time for the body to stop producing bile as much, right? And so it gives our body some time to rest, easing into a water fast and then easing into a dry fast. And while we're doing that, we'll be meeting every day as a support system and I'll create activations that work on our limiting beliefs about aging, limiting beliefs about our health, limiting beliefs about when we're supposed to die, like how many years we're supposed to live. And we'll see what wants to come through, but I'm sure that there's a lot that wants to come through. So prepare yourself for that. That's going to be the next thing coming up. And also, I did write a date let me just bring this information up. We are going, for the people that have done the hero's journey, which is love and relationships, that was part 1 for beginners. For those of you that want to continue the journey into love and relationships, which I changed the name to the hero's journey, part 2, I believe, let me just check one more time here. That is going to start March 22nd, I believe. Wait, let me just make sure. March 22nd is going to be, closing signups at March 22nd. This will be available in the next couple of days on my site. And starting April 3rd is the opening ceremony for this container that we're opening. And we're going to do these sessions on Zoom. So we'll have more of very intimate protocol that we're going to do together. For these activations, they're not going to be on YouTube. They're going to be a closed container. It's going to be paid up front, not per activation. So we can really create this intimate connection with each other during part 2. And it goes really, really deep. So that's going to be on my website really soon. And just pay attention if you are interested. We will send out an email, and I'll probably talk about it also on the full moon activation. So we have reached the end of the show. Just a reminder, if you want to work with me, if you want to do any sessions, one-on-one sessions, you can go to deepintuitivehealing.com. You can book an energy scan if you want to check your energy blocks, if you want to check if you have any entity attachments. I'm offering theta healing session, one-on-one sessions. You have a coupon code, I am divine 10, all lowercase, to claim your 10% off. I forgot to write that here. It's 10% off if you use the I am divine 10. If you want a channel tattoo, light scribe wall art, anything like this, it's hard to see, but maybe you can see here. This is the art that I create. There's many, many beautiful art pieces on my website, which is lightscribeshop.com. You can also find apparel to wear Light Scribe apparel on Light Scribe Shop. Yeah, I'm sending you so much love and blessings. I'm looking forward to our full moon activation. Please email me if you find that you are experiencing some kind of financial challenge and you want to join and it's kind of hard for you financially. Email me. I want you to join. Just give what you can and join on this healing journey together. I love you so much. And thank you for being here today. Blessings to your journey. Blessings to your body. Blessings to your liver. Blessings to your heart. And I'll see you on February 12th at, what did I say, 7 p.m.? I believe it's 7 p.m. 7 p.m. EST. Eastern Standard Time on February 12th for our full moon activation for liver purification and heart expansion. You are loved. You are loved. You are loved. Mahalo nui loa. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And so much love for you.